Welcome to bonus number 4 for the Concierto de Aranjuez by Rodrigo. In it, I am going to go through the main themes. There are actually 3 components to this video. We are going to be checking out the main linchpin fragment, theme 1, and then theme 2, and then there are little tiny variations around theme 1 and 2. But believe it or not, there's actually just a tiny fragment of 2 notes that pull this entire adagio together and float through it and are sewn through it by Rodrigo, not only in our part but the entire orchestra. Let's have a look at these now in depth. Theme 1 is taken up by the cor anglais. It is the cor anglais entry, the French horn, for whatever reason. It's Rodrigo's instrument of choice. It is a stripped down version of ours. That obviously gets translated into for us, so you can see where Rodrigo is starting to add the guitar's natural ability to embellish ideas. However, I suspect, even though that is the main theme, buried within it is this idea, which pops up a lot. A whole hell of a lot within the entire orchestra. So in actual fact, I think that is the initial seed for theme 1. Because we get a lot of this idea of a note and then the note below. So around bar 52, just at the end of cadenza number 1, we get this. As we move into the new key, that little fragment pops up so many times. It pops up many times in our part. Just going off cadenza 1, we have it there straight off the beginning, and there as well. It really does pop up a lot. And in the other part, there's an entire section where it goes through the orchestra, just that little tiny fragment. We also get it at the end of our cadenza, at the end of cadenza 2, so around bar 63, where we get this idea. As we move again into another new sort of key center area. So Rodrigo has used that little tiny fragment as the main linchpin for the entirety of this piece. Theme 2 kicks in at around bar 12 when we start with our second series of chords, and it is something along that lines. But the main thing is this. That series of descending triplets that go down, which will come up again for us a little later at the end of that first section. So that is theme 2 and theme 1. Let's just dive into a couple of examples from the score. Alright, so the fragments go through the entire bit. Pretty much every time that we pick up our guitar, there is that fragment. It's there all the time. It's very pervasive. What may not be as pervasive is we have this idea of triplets. which comes from the theme 2 idea, which really comes into its own for us in bar 31, where we have that idea, which then repeats. That is that theme 2 being developed by Rodrigo. Obviously our first cadenza, and it is a cadenza, has that fantastic fragment in, and then we actually get to develop. So we have this fantastic moment, bar 83, where flutes, oboe, clarinet, and bassoon, all the woodwinds, and then the entire string section, so basically tutti, the entire orchestra, playing all the way down in the new key, which is obviously A major for us by this point, while the string section plays the main theme tune. Something like that. So the strings are playing the main theme tune, woodwinds are playing the fragments as we move into the end of this fantastic adagio. And then right on the end of that entire tutti section to call the guitar in. So the oboe line is brings us in, and then we are, and then we're in, and again that is those theme 2 fragments coming in, those little tiny triplet steps going down. So you need to hear all of this in this piece. Main thing, just a quick recap, we only have 3 main ideas: theme 1, theme 2, and the main seed of that idea is the little ornament. I think it's an ornament more than likely, but that little idea that pops through the entirety of this piece is the main linchpin fragment. Drop me a comment to see how many of those things you can hear. If you're enjoying this, the next video in the series is going to pop along. This has been brought to you by My Baby Classical Guitar Rocks, the home of 6-string inspiration. We are doing loads of advanced pieces like this. Grab some 6-string inspiration there today. It is a series of thirds that move down. We get it. We get it in the beginning of bar 31. It has already popped up in the orchestra score. It already pops up in the orchestra in the violins just as we come. It pops up in the violins just as we come out of that scale, the first scale run we have. Just after that, you'll hear the orchestra take up theme number 2.